Well, today is National Root Beer Float Day, a beloved treat with a long history.
With us right now, of course, well, with how we got to this delicious treat right now, our favorite celebrity historian, Rafi Andoni. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, good morning. And since I brought the root beer, I dressed up as a soda jerk, which is what my outfit is here. That's what they're known as, believe it or not.
You're good. Now, we're going to do some fact or fiction, right?
Let's do it.
We're making the floats now. By the way, thank you. I love the nice ribbed straw. Right
oh,
there.
yeah.
Bendy
Love
straws.
it. The bendy straw.
I have mine upside down.
Okay, fact or fiction right now?
Let's do it.
The first one.
All right, root beer's origins are in roots and beer.
I'm going to go with fact. Come on,
I'll say
Craig.
fiction.
It is a fact.
Of
Don't
course
ever say it. That's in the name. Now, here's how that happens. You know, Native American culture for a long time had a variety of cultures had brewing roots for medicinal purposes, including ingredients that are popular in root beer like sassafras, sarsaparilla, wintergreen, all kinds of different herbs. When European colonists arrived here, they're used to making something called small beer, which is a low alcohol beer, like 1 to 2%. That they would drink all day so they don't get drunk because it's safer than water. Kind of like we drink enhanced water today.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, because it gives you some nutrients, right? And so they just saw that and copied it, but the way they know how, which is making that small beer with that low alcohol, but applying it to the roots of North America, hence that hybrid root beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Root beer was for the tavern, inappropriate for the colonial home.
Okay, well, since it had beer in it a little bit, I'm going to say fact.
I'm going to say false again.
It is fiction. It is not true. Now, here, what I brought in front of us here is you can see a plate of a colonial tavern, Chowning's Tavern as it's known, from Williamsburg, Virginia, making root beer. So it's a colonial recipe. However, you would also find it at drugstores, for example. And think about it, to this day, you go to a drugstore, there's often treats. There's candy, soda, all kinds of stuff. It's still a tradition.
Right.
But especially back then, because it can help maybe take away a little headache or, you know, with the fizziness or different things like that.
Man.
But also what happens from that point is you have family recipes that start to develop using all kinds of roots, not just the ones I mentioned earlier, from across, you know, wherever they happen to be living, whatever region of the colonies or United States.
Right.
And so family recipes passed generation to generation. So it was absolutely appropriate for the home until, of course, later got mass produced and that kind of got reduced.
Okay, we're
Interesting.
tied so
Okay,
far. Next
okay.
question.
All right, root beer floats started right here in southern Colorado.
I know this answer.
Oh, you do? I'm going to say fiction.
I'm going to say fact, and I can tell you where.
Tell me.
Cripple Creek, right?
Kind of.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so here's a funny thing. It is fiction.
Oh, what?
That story does exist as a legend, you are right. However, the guy that was behind it, Charles Wisner, was a Chicago real estate agent. He wasn't really spending much time in Colorado. He didn't actually have a brewery in Colorado. He did come through Colorado looking for some real estate and actually it was part of a mining company out here. But the story that you're referring to goes, and is the most popular of several legends, which is that he was looking at Cow Mountain, saw the snow-capped mountains, obviously, and then was inspired to go and do a root beer float himself by seeing those snow-capped mountains. But get this. Ice cream sodas and ice cream floats existed for 20 years prior to that. We don't know for sure if it was root beer or not. So there's a lot of parts to the story that, now he did have a brewery, by the way, out in Chicago. So there's pieces that kind of are like true, but not all together. So I'm going to call it fiction. I did, because it's a common legend.
Okay, I think we have time for the last one.
One more. Root beer floats were classified as cocktails during Prohibition and therefore banned.
Ooh, this one sounds tricky.
I'm going to say fiction.
Okay, then I'll say fact.
It is fiction because of the fact. Now, they were not classified as cocktails, and so they were not banned. Now, we mentioned earlier they might have some alcohol in them in the back in the day, but they didn't by the 20th century when you had Prohibition. But they were actually a great alternative to cocktails. So it was kind of like, you know, what we call like a virgin cocktail. Because look at this, it has a fizziness in it. It just has that, you know, the multiple flavors, right? And so this is an alternative in that period that you can have, you know, enjoy, go to the soda fountain, go to the drugstore. There was still some of that. Have the soda jerk. Soda jerk almost to me is like a legend, like the bartender back in the day. You know, there's all the pieces to enjoying a nice cocktail and the fizziness of the interaction of the solid, the liquid, and the gas. But It was fiction because it was not classified alcoholic and therefore not banned.
All right, we're smarter, we're happier, and on a day like today, you should go treat yourself to a root beer float.
For sure.
Gonna be a hot one. Matt will be back with one last look at your forecast right after this.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much.